Hello viewers, let me recreate a day from my life. This building here is perhaps the most famous building in London. This is Buckingham Palace in all its glory. So Buckingham Palace is located in central London, and if you know your way around Buckingham Palace, then a short walk around Buckingham Palace can help you see some of the most famous locations in London. These trees here, these trees belong to Green Park, and on the other end of Green Park is Green Park Tube Station, which is the nearest London Underground station which you can take to see the Buckingham Palace. So let us walk in this direction and let me give you a tour of the very famous tourist attractions in London that are literally walking distance away from Buckingham Palace. So let me reorient the viewers. This is the Buckingham Palace and we are walking away from it. This is Green Park. We are walking away from the Buckingham Palace to see some of the famous tourist attractions in London, which are just walking distance away from Buckingham Palace. So this place is called Constitution Hill, as you can see written on the road. I am using Google Maps Street View to recreate a memory of my life, and I hope you will like this video, so stay tuned. Some of the most iconic locations in London are walking distance away from Buckingham Palace. So just to remind the viewers, this is the Buckingham Palace and we are walking away from it. On the left, this is Green Park, and on the right, this park here, this is St. James's Park. So we can walk inside the park, but in this video I will show the walk while we are on the road. This is known as the Mall and we are walking straight ahead. So we'll just walk straight ahead without making any turns. Look at how clean this place is. Perhaps this is the most posh location in London, because as you know, Buckingham Palace is where the royal family in London stays, of course. So perhaps the most visited tourist attraction in London, although I don't have any data to support that claim, but it seems logical to me that Buckingham Palace would be a very famous, if not the most famous, tourist attraction in London. So we'll keep walking straight ahead. I'll show you an interesting place which I had seen when I walked along the same path. So on our right is still St. James's Park, and just to reorient the viewers, behind us is Buckingham Palace in the distance. So we are walking straight ahead because some very famous tourist attractions in London lie in this direction. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. We are not changing directions. This is the famous museum which we will talk about later. This is the exit from St. James's Park, and just opposite this there is a staircase. I did walk up the stairs because there is a very famous monument here, as you can see here, but we will not walk in this direction. We will walk in the straight direction as I had previously suggested, because we want to go and see some famous tourist attractions. So we can see a gate in the distance. I hope the picture will clear up. Yes, the picture is clearing up. Apologies for Having a slow internet connection. Yes, so let's continue the walk. You can see the gate here. This is a very famous gate in London, and we will read what is written on this gate as we reach closer. So again, let's approach the gate, and we can see something is written in Latin. So we can pass through the gates, and just after crossing the gates we'll come across a very famous London tourist attraction. People in London would already have guessed what I'm talking about, and people who visited London as tourists would definitely know what I'm talking about. So when I had visited London, I had taken this lane. I had not walked straight through this road. I had come across these lanes, but we could have just walked straight. So this view here, this is the famous Nelson Column. There is the statue of Admiral Nelson, and behind is this famous building. This is the National Gallery, and here we have a statue of a British monarch. Let's move closer to the statue of the British monarch. This is the famous Nelson Column. This is Trafalgar Square, very famous location in London. And here is the statue of King Charles. He is looking in which direction? He is looking towards this road, which leads to, and I understand you probably can't understand in the distance, there is, in this distance you can see, this is Big Ben. So let's keep walking straight in this direction. Here we have the government buildings. This is known as Whitehall. UK government buildings are here, so let's keep going straight. We can see the Big Ben in the distance. Keep going straight. This is an interesting building. We'll try to show this if possible. This is the famous building here. Yes, so this is a building for the horses, the royal horses. You may have seen some videos on YouTube where the horses bite tourists who are not wise enough to stay away from them. And these buildings are all government buildings. This is Whitehall, very famous location in London. And let us keep walking, and I'll show you a very famous street in London. Yes, so this is the famous, see, beware horses may kick or bite. Thank you. So the famous museum for the royal horses. So we'll just keep walking straight ahead, and I'll show you a very famous street. And I'm sure people could have already guessed it because it's so close to the UK Parliament. There is a very famous street here, and we can see the street here. This is the beginning of the street, if I'm not wrong. Let me just reorient myself. Yes, I believe the street lies ahead. Yes, so we keep walking straight. Yes, I think this is the street. Heavily guarded street. So this is Downing Street, as you can see written clearly here. Downing Street, the official residence of the Prime Minister of United Kingdom, is on this street, which is heavily guarded. You can't really enter it for tourist purposes. Rightly so. And right ahead we can see the UK Parliament building. So we'll keep going straight. Again, all of this, let me remind the viewers, just walking distance from Buckingham Palace. So we keep going straight. I I hope the picture is clear enough. Here we can see the statue of Winston Churchill. So yes, so Winston Churchill statue. I have a picture here. So we have reached, this is the famous Winston Churchill statue, and opposite Winston Churchill statue is the famous Big Ben, which is part of the UK Parliament building, also known as Palace of Westminster. And here we have Westminster Abbey. So before going towards Westminster Abbey, let's walk in this direction towards the Big Ben. Let's walk in this direction. And another famous London tourist attraction will be seen here shortly. So we are walking towards what appears to be a bridge. This is the bridge on River Thames. Again, to my right, just to remind the viewers, this is the famous Big Ben, also known as Elizabeth Tower. Let me come back to ground level. Okay. Yes, so we are back at ground level, and let's go straight ahead. Let's go straight ahead. So now we've reached the bridge. This bridge is the bridge on River Thames. You can see the water of the River Thames here. I believe you can see this is the River Thames. This bridge is called Westminster Bridge, and to our left will be the famous London Eye. So let's go towards the other pavement, and we can see the famous London Eye on the banks of the River Thames. Okay, all of this, so London Eye is just opposite the UK Parliament building or Palace of Westminster, which has the famous Big Ben, and this is London Eye, River Thames. This bridge is called Westminster Bridge, and let's walk in the opposite direction now. Where do we reach if we walk in this direction? So we walk in this direction. We reach another famous tourist attraction. So this was Palace of Westminster to my left. Okay, again I'll look at Elizabeth Tower and the Big Ben. So let's keep going straight ahead now. This is the statue of Winston Churchill. Here is Westminster Abbey. Let's walk in this direction. Very famous building in London, Westminster Abbey. And we have a statue of Mahatma Gandhi here. So this was a picture taken from when there was repair happening. And these are the famous tourist buses in London, open top buses, which you can book in advance. And this is Westminster Abbey. Magnificent structure. Let's continue walking. Let's walk in this direction. So if we keep walking here, we will reach another famous tourist attraction in London. This road here. So we are walking along this road. This road has a very famous name, if I remember correctly. I hope I'm on the right road. I'm pretty sure I'm on the right road. So we'll keep walking. Yes, I'm on the right road. So the greenery has returned, and the return of the greenery marks the beginning of a road which is called Bird Cage Walk. And I'm very jealous of this building. As you can see written here, Bird Cage Walk. This road is called Bird Cage Walk, and this building here, I believe it was this building. Am I correct? Yes. So this building is the Institution of Mechanical Engineers, which is so close to the UK Parliament building, Westminster Abbey, and straight ahead we have another famous building, and the Institution of Mechanical Engineers is so close to it. I'm jealous as a doctor that the Royal College of Surgeons is not located here. So again, the Birdcage Walk, one of the most pristine walks, pristine roads. It's just amazing to walk on this road. I did walk along this road. So this is kind of a walk down memory lane for me. I'm trying to recreate that walk. When you keep walking along this direction, another famous tourist attraction comes into view. So we're just walking straight ahead, and all of this is walking distance. These are the famous black cabs of London. Funny thing here is cab. Today we think of cabs as synonymous to taxis, and for logical reasons, but the term cab exists from before the existence of automobiles. So originally cabs referred to horse-drawn carriages, and the first automobiles were actually called horseless carriages. So this is a famous building here. We'll get a better view of it. Let's keep going. I believe we'll get a better view here. Is this a better view? No, not really. Let's keep going. So we're walking along Birdcage Walk. On the sides we can see some amazing green spaces, and something is coming into view here. This building. This marks the origin of the famous changing of the guard ceremony. This building belongs to the guards, I suppose, and every alternate day in winter there is the changing of the guard ceremony on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and I believe this happens every day in summer at 11 a.m. So we did get a chance to witness this in person. It starts here, guards assemble here, and they walk towards a very obvious location which we will also walk towards. So let's continue our walk along Birdcage Walk, walking straight ahead. If you visit London, please don't miss out on this walk, because some of the most famous locations in London are just walking distance from each other. So the road turns here, and let's keep walking straight ahead. And where do we reach? Where have we reached? Did you understand, viewers? Where did we reach? I hope you are not disoriented. If you've watched the video till this point, right from the start, then you can understand we have reached the point where we started our journey. This is Buckingham Palace once again, just where we started. So we had followed this road here, and we took a kind of a semicircular route. We saw the Trafalgar Square, St James's Park, Palace of Westminster, Westminster Abbey, London Eye, and we have come back to the Buckingham Palace. And let's go all the way to the gates. So the changing of the guard ceremony ends here. Starts at the palace for the guards and ends in Buckingham Palace. So you can see, you can reach all the way up to the gates as well. This is the Buckingham Palace. These are the major gates, and this is where we started our journey. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked this virtual tour of London. If you visit London, don't miss out on this walking tour. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care.